Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Seneca County Board of Commissioner meeting. It's June 13th, 2024, 10 a.m., and we're in our regular board meeting. So we'll open with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bow our heads just for gather our thoughts and prayer. Dear God, thank you for placing us in Seneca County, a great place to live and do business and meet people. And we ask that you look over this meeting as we discuss county business and add your touch in our decisions. Amen. Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Here.
Commissioner Schuck?
Here.
Commissioner Franker?
Here. Okay, at this time, we'll accept a motion to approve the digital audio recording of our previous board session from Thursday, June 6th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuck?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes. Okay, on our agenda, we have Mike Ditto from Highbridge, who will be calling in momentarily. Mike, many of us, we're all familiar with Mike. He's going to give us an update on the capital budget, one-time strategic fund.
Green means go, right, Tony?
That's what you said, yeah.
Don't mess this up.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Hey, welcome. You're live and we're in our meeting, so you have the floor.
Excellent. Well, thanks for your time this morning, everybody. Good to be with you. A lot of moving parts here over the last week or so here at the State House in Columbus. So we've got a lot of things happening before the end of the month here. So we'll start with the Ohio capital budget and the Ohio one-time strategic fund. As you recall from our past meetings, I know the conversations that we've had, commissioners, we have a $700 million fund that was passed in the last state operating budget in 2023. That fund, the General Assembly said, we have excess tax revenue we like to use for a variety of projects all over the state, hopefully in all 88 counties. We're basically going to have $350 million of that, half of it allocated by the House and the other half allocated by the Senate. Just this past week, earlier in the week on Monday, the Ohio Senate unveiled their $350 million proposal for public consumption and review. So of that money between the House and the Senate, there's about $1.235 million that should be coming to Seneca County, at least pending any changes from the legislature. Everybody believes that this portion of the funding is pretty well baked, meaning that these are the projects that will get funded. They don't expect a whole lot of changes. Now, the one thing that's still hanging out there is that separate from this $700 million fund, there's an additional state capital budget, which has been the traditional budget that we have worked on with you for many years, dealing with capital infrastructure projects across the state. That money, about $150 million, has not been released yet, and it will be released next week. Basically, what I think the legislature is going to do, and what they've said publicly, is that they're going to take the $700 million fund and the $150 million fund, combine them into one piece of legislation, and pass it by the Ohio House and by the Ohio Senate on June 26th, which is 2 weeks from yesterday. And for the money that is in the one-time fund, we are expecting that money to be fairly readily available, almost right out of the gate, probably sometime in the next month or two. Capital funding that would go through the $150 million state capital budget is something that these are projects that are bondable, and that may take a little bit more time. You have to go through a state agency to serve as a fiscal agent to get those things done, but that will happen in relatively short order, but not as quickly as the initial money. The $1.235 million that has already been allocated for various projects in Seneca County, that is part of the larger fund, which should arrive quicker. So we are hopeful, and we are continuing our efforts on your behalf, and I know you are too, to talk to Representative Click and Senator Reineke in the hopes that we will achieve some more money in the state capital budget. I'm hopeful, and our fingers are crossed on that. Some of the past larger expenditures for the state capital budget that are kind of recurring projects got folded into the strategic fund and are being allocated there. So I'm hopeful that that frees up some money that will be able to enhance certain projects as they continue working on the state capital budget. If you would like, Commissioners, I'm more than happy to run through the projects and the allocations that you've all received or are expected to receive, or I can stop there and take questions.
I'd like you to stop there. No need to run through the projects. We've circulated the list here at this point, so we'll wait till it's official before we publicize it. But we do have in the audience Adam Gilmore from TSEP, and we have Renee Smith from Fostoria Economic Development here. And I believe when we talked last, we still have an opportunity to reaffirm or let it be known to Senator Reineke and Representative Click what our needs are. Is that a fair statement?
It is, and I would highly recommend doing that as soon as today.
I think we're going to do it right now. Okay, you ready?
Great.
Okay. So
Ready.
Renee's sitting here with Adam. We have the commissioners, and the one thing that was not funded. Well, we'll start with the Vanguard Sentinel. We requested $750,000 for Vanguard Sentinel, and that's a project that Fostoria, the city of Tiffin, and all of Seneca County supports. Okay, so we would like to, that was on our list.
Yeah.
It's still on our list, I'm sure everybody's. Adam, are you good with that? And you're in? So Mike, it would be $750 for the Vanguard Sentinel EMS Fire Lab. And then, which really in the red zone for us, Barb, you could speak on it, security updates, jail and youth, we requested $1.6 million, but we have a emergency project that's way needed for intercom.
Correct.
And how much money is that?
Quotes that I've received range anywhere from $130,000 to $750,000, depending on who's
So
doing
if
the
we
work.
ask for 150 or 200, what do you think we should ask for, Renee?
We've got 1.6 in here for more than
That's
that.
all encompassing.
That's all encompassing,
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
want to split it out?
The intercom system is the priority at this
Correct.
point.
They will not pass inspections without those intercoms. We're losing points on
What's the
our
number?
inspection. I would go for at least 150 at the minimum on that, because the company that is the lowest bid, that is what they do.
250 is the number. I'm like an auctioneer up here.
That's what I was thinking.
But I'm looking at Renee, so for all those in the audience, Renee is from Fostoria. She's our leads our grant writing for the county. So this next round of 150, we're collectively asking for the 750 for Sentinel Vanguard. Work will be done at Sentinel here in Seneca County. And then 250 for security upgrades, intercom for the jail, which is beyond the red zone, okay? And then, so that's our ask. Are we in a position to ask for a little bit more than that? Or do they already have everything that we've asked for?
No, I definitely would not introduce a new project versus anything that you've already
Sure.
submitted. So I would stick with those, because I don't think anything outside of that would be considered. What I would recommend, and I'm happy to assist with this in whatever you need, I think it would be exceptionally beneficial to have a letter from either you, Renee, or from the commissioners, it can be just one single letter to Senator Reineke and Representative Click, just basically expressing some gratitude for what was included in the one-time strategic fund, but asking as they are finalizing deliberations on the state capital budget of the requests that are still outstanding. You are still asking for $750 for Vanguard Sentinel, and hopefully $250 of what you requested for the jail, specifically for a much-needed intercom system that is in dire need. So I think that letter would be very helpful, and we can make sure we get that letter today to all of the appropriate parties beyond Senator Reineke and Representative Kleck.
Okay, Sherry's nodding over there. Got it. Are there any other projects that the city would like to TSEP or Fostoria that?
Yeah, the city of Tiffin submitted the Hedges Hill project for the capital budget consideration. You know, we haven't seen that come through. I'm trying to remember the exact figure. I can't off the top of my head. But that was a request that the city put in. Otherwise, we've received $50,000 for the Court Street project, which, you know, the city's very happy about. So,
what was the total cost of that project? Do you remember?
The Court Street project?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember Matt's exact estimate. I think it was like in the $150,000, $300,000 range.
So the city, Mike Gill, the city of Tiffin received 50 directly, and they had another project for a park. I remember, was that like 300,000?
Yeah, it was to build a like bike pump track project as well as a safety city.
Okay, should the city prepare a separate letter on the city stationery?
Yes, I think so. I think that'd be appropriate.
Can you get that done? And then we will send those, we can send yours to Mike too. Or will you send it right to the representative and the senator? Is that how we do this?
Yeah, that's right. And I'm happy to.
What we'll do is we'll copy you for sure and Renee,
Right.
because that's, you're representing us. Okay, but.
And I'm happy to look at anything before you send it if you'd like. It just want to be helpful wherever needed.
Okay, Adam Gilmore may get a hold of you as he puts
Okay,
together the Tiffin one. Anything else from your end?
City of Fostoria has one request that we would love to see in the capital budget, and that's for an inclusive playground, which had
Okay.
been submitted. And we had asked for $300,000, because overall that's a $1.2 million project. But, so we will do the same, yep.
Okay. So it looks like we will, we've got $1 million here and we got about $1.6 million of requests coming from all of us. Okay, for this capital budget. And we'll take it all or a portion of it or whatever we
Take
can
anything
get.
we can get.
And I think we've narrowed it down to that. That's our wave appeal. You good with everything?
For sure, yeah.
So I think we've touched everybody.
The Sentinel one's really important.
Anybody want to say anything else or any more questions?
Just a follow up on the
Yes,
Vanguard
sir.
Sentinel, even though it's gonna be Sentinel, but Vanguard Sentinel does cross over into, you know, Sandusky County, so that could be a good project for both Representative Click and Senator Reineke, because of, you know, they won't have to use, you know, general fund out of there, you know, being that Vanguard is housed in Sandusky County, so I think that'd be a good way to maybe promote that also, Mike.
I think that's a very good thing to include in the letter, is that this is a Seneca County-based project. However, it will have broader application to a neighboring county, which obviously both Representative Click and Senator Reineke represent. So I think that's definitely worth mentioning.
Okay, I think this is a good conversation. Anything, Barb, you want to add?
Nope.
Anything else? Renee's good, so we have Fostoria, we have Tiffin, we've got commissioners. Fingers are crossed. A little homework for you, Sherry. Anything else, Mike? I think we can, that's really the purpose of the call, but
Yeah.
Yeah, anything else you want to add?
No, I think, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you all today about it. And as we said, the time is definitely today, because I know they're going to finalize things over the next couple of days. And then they're going to unveil the capital budget sometime next week, to be determined. They'll have a hearing or two on it. It'll get folded into another bill, and on June 26th, it'll be voted by the legislature. So things are moving fast, as they often do, in waves around here. So happy to be on standby and be of assistance for whatever you need today.
Okay,
Sounds great.
thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks,
All right,
Mike.
thanks, everybody. Have a good day. You bet.
Red is hang up.
Yeah, red's
Red.
done, yeah.
Green is go, red is stop.
Or you just hang up and it's done,
Thank you.
so.
Well, that worked out. The timing was perfect. We put Mr. Ditto on the agenda, not realizing everything we just talked about and the timing of it. So fingers are crossed for the citizens of the county as we wait for news regarding grants. I mean, this is money we don't have to pay back. Okay, commissioner reports.
Just a follow-up on that, just so,
Yeah,
so I
sure.
would say maybe our dynamic duo, Renee and Sherry, kind of work together on a collaborative letter and stuff on that, or send it back and forth, just so.
Before it goes out.
Before it goes out, just to make sure something, yeah, okay.
Won't take her long, she'll have it ready.
Yeah.
Adam, you're gonna run off the cities?
Yeah, I'm working
Okay.
with them right now.
You got it. And everybody's free to get a hold of Mike. Okay? Good. Good?
Yep.
Okay.
No report at this time for me. I've had some family from out of state this week, so.
That's
pass it
good
on
to see
Commissioner
you.
Frank.
Yeah, got you. Yeah. Well, I'll go, we went out to the Bloomville station, and I know Commissioner Franklin, you went out there all through construction, so, it was, I guess it was my turn to go out. It was great. You had a nice little event out there at the sheriff's office, so, but things are going along great. We have, our director here, and we're thinking maybe the end of the month, we should be in there, that kind of thing. Might be a little longer, it's construction, we're doing a few little things, but we want to get everything done before we move in. So we have that luxury, because we have a place now that, until we get there, so that's going well. Spent a little time with Mike on all these calls with Barb on all our projects, so I think we got a lot accomplished this week, really.
We have.
As we're working on things, so back to you.
Okay, so last Friday, met with Teresa and the museum folks there, just for an update. They've got they were, in a survey from Hank Associates, because they need that for the grants and all that stuff with it, and they just want to kind of go over that and make sure, we know where everything was at on that. And good meeting with them. They kind of updated a little bit of bicentennial. Got Sherry some maps so she can start putting stuff out for us for many years and stuff on it, so she's starting to,
Thanks, yeah.
move stuff with our bicentennial, so. Then Monday had Children and Family First Council meeting, just got some updates. They do have on the 22nd, I believe, of June, they are having a fun day down at Hedges Square Park for the kids and stuff on it, bounce houses and open swim and all that stuff with it, so. Then Tuesday, went out to, they had their second graduation with a GED, Josh Lunsford, out to the Sheriff's Department. So they really didn't realize till going through that the trials and tribulations they had to get everybody in place for the GED stuff with it. So sounds like he's actually looking about maybe going to college and stuff there at Terra. They do have a little scholarship money for him and stuff if he wants to pursue anything there on it. And
Was that in the photo scholarship? I probably read scholarship.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually a proclamation sheriff had.
So that would, yeah, that's kind of neat.
That's very good.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
and then they've actually got 7 kind of on deck right now to start maybe in July and stuff with it to start that process of getting GEDs with it. So,
Awesome.
yeah, they work with actually Vanguard, Sentinel, and they got quite a crew out there to work with them and stuff on it. So it's not an easy task for them, but be dedicated to do that. But they'll come out and be, learn and get a good job and stuff with it. So.
Good.
Had that Tuesday, and then Tuesday night, went out to the Seneca County Fair Board meeting. Got all the updates from those guys out there, and things are progressing. We are gonna have a fair, so there's no doubt about that, so it's gonna be good. And yeah, got some good entertainment coming, and kind of, reshuffling things around, and so.
So one more meeting before the fair?
So we'll have another meeting before the fair.
Right before.
And then they're going to do the ribbon cutting out front, and then go for the new building.
Go over that.
Then go over the new building
So
for
the
the
8 o'clock
freshmen.
out
So,
front.
8 o'clock up front,
And then over.
and then over the building head, so that's kind of what they're planning on with that. They've got a new
Nice.
poultry and rabbit building that they put up there, and it sounds like it's gonna be pretty full. As I alluded to earlier, one of my other previous is that, a lot of the large livestock numbers are kind of come down significantly this year due to the cost of trying to find, calves and hogs and goats and stuff with it. So the poultry and rabbits might be a big thing at the fair this year, so. That brings us up to this morning, just ran out quick to the chamber. They got their golf outing out there, so we ran out there quick just to visit with them a little bit as they teed off with it, so.
Yeah, Bryce said we had teams from Lucas County all around. This thing's really expanded. It's quite
I
a.
think he said like 56 teams or something. I mean, it's up somewhere in the upper 50s, I think.
Because it's visitors, it's chamber, but they have, tee off in the morning, tee off in the afternoon, 50-some teams. It's crazy. I'm gonna go out lunchtime. And,
Let's pray for the golfers. I'll be out this afternoon.
It's gonna be a long day, yeah,
We'll have
couldn't do
to,
it.
hopefully, our liability insurance is up to date, yeah.
We're at,
Not hurt anybody too bad, so.
Good. Any county administrators report?
All right, I have a couple of
Yeah.
things. I just want to update you on a scheduled event next Thursday. We have to have a special meeting with Huron County for a ditch hearing. So that meeting will take place at 9:15. So we can get our joint ditch with Huron County taken care of. That was the only time that we could work in the schedule, so we're just going to call a special meeting. It'll be a short 5-minute meeting. It won't be anything that's major, and then we'll just have a regular meeting at 10 o'clock next week.
Okay.
Then I also received from Mercy Health the 33rd annual Walter Daniel MD Memorial Golf Outing that will take place on Monday, August the 5th at Mohawk. We've been invited. Just wanted to bring it to your attention, and if you want to attend or get a group together, we can make sure that they get the information
It's that
necessary.
time of year, golf outings. It's unbelievable.
So,
Dr. Daniel.
the other thing that I have is, things are moving well out at the AT building. I do know that they are finishing up moving their stuff out of the building out there. They requested some help from the sheriff's office with the work crew to, get some stuff in the dumpsters and, because there's only 2 guys out there working to get everything moved out of that building that they've been in for 50 years. So we're working with the sheriff's office to help them, vacate the premises. And then also the public safety building, got a notice from John that they're gonna try to get equipment moved out either today or tomorrow or early next week to start painting on that building. So they'll be out pressure washing, tuck and point, and getting paint. And then once that's complete, we'll get the work crew out to put slats in the fence back there so that it kind of gives a little privacy of all the things that are in the fence out there, so.
When's CERT coming in?
Next week.
Next week,
Next
after our
Thursday,
meeting, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I do want to follow up, Barb, which is a good and a bad thing, though. The sheriff's department is lean on workers and stuff
Workers,
like
yeah.
that, so-
They don't have a lot for the work crew, so
Yeah,
we're-
which is okay, because that means there's less people getting, trouble with this place up with it. So
Yeah.
we're actually down to a couple guys and stuff on it, so
John's
that's,
very
John's gonna
good.
help, his crew's gonna help Monday also with that, since they're kind of short, so I appreciate, working together on that. so.
Okay. We good there?
That's all I have.
And,
I don't think I had anything else.
Yeah, all right. Any old business? Anybody? We good? New business. Back to you, Bart.
Just a couple of supplemental appropriations. For the general fund, contract services in the amount of $100,000. This is for the building permits department. We get like 2 or 3% of the building permits, and then we have to submit the remaining money to the state. And with this being a new department, we've gotten a year in now, so
We've always had to front some money.
we're taking a guess as to how many building permits are actually coming in. So we're trying to, maybe this will fund it for the rest of the year, but there may be another one come. It just depends on how many people apply for building permits. So that tells me that there's, some movement with businesses putting in,
Permits.
electrical,
Commercial,
mechanical.
commercial building only, right, not residential. And for the public and all our, just to reset, so if we have $150,000 of permits in Seneca County, we get back about 3% of that. So, so if we get $4,500 back, we're all happy because we've got a building permit agency right here in our county. It's not really costing us any money. We had to front the money, we had to put a little seed money up, we have to give them a little bit of an office. But when you look at how it all works, it pretty much pays for itself, and we get a couple bucks extra to get absorbed in our costs. So it's really going okay. It hasn't been perfect. We met at TSEP. And I think it's just, it's Fostoria, it's Tiffin, it's just expectations and communication. I see we have a fire chief in here. I know when we started, you start building outside the cities, you need to talk to fire departments because they're with building permits and how they're going to get in and access. And so that's being incorporated in. So it was a little more to it than I thought this first year, but it's getting better.
Yeah, it is.
And Adam, we have asked them to come in and give us a report. That's one thing I told TSEP to do.
Yep.
Just and we will report back or invite you to that meeting, okay? So we can keep that communication going. Why you brought it up.
That's
Throw
fine.
that in there.
And the other supplemental that I have is for the county sewer district fund for contract services of $112,555. This is for the New Eagle Sewer District for a wastewater treatment facility. It's for the design work, which is actually going to be paid back
Grant.
by the grant from Ohio Department of Development.
Yeah, we need to commend Engineer Zimmerman. He put a lot of time.
Yeah,
into
he's done a lot of work
I mean, he's
and
worked
trying to
with
help
Columbus.
the residents of
Right.
New Eagle.
It's
So.
just, and this is positive. So, thank you.
That's all I have for supplemental
I'll
appropriations.
make a motion to approve the supplemental appropriations as presented.
Second?
Any more discussion? Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Then move on to resolutions. Resolution accepting the bid and authorizing an agreement with M&B Asphalt Incorporated for the Issue 1, Round 38, fiscal year 2024, Seneca County Township Road Reconstruction Program.
Make a motion, we pass resolution.
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call?
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
And then the last resolution that I have is a resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to accept and enter into contract with TD Engineering LLC for the design services of the wastewater treatment facility in the village of New Eagle.
So move.
Second?
Roll call?
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes. Anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay, anything here before we go to public comment? Sherry, you ready to go with that letter? Okay. Any public comment? We good? John Spar, EMA.
I just wanted to bring up, I put out a press release yesterday about the high heat coming next week between Sunday and Wednesday. Temperatures ranging between 89 and 95 degrees without the heat index. So this went out informing citizens that if you run into a problem, if you run into a problem or have family or neighbors who run into a problem, having no air conditioning or staying cool during that time, and need a place to go, to call your local, one of the dispatch centers on their non-emergency line, to ask them for that service, and they will contact me, and I will set up a a shelter. We do not open them, just open them and staff them, because then if nobody calls, we've staffed a place with volunteers that will not come back next time. So we open them as needed, and that goes through my office, and that information was put out in a press release yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
And John, just a follow-up from previously, you talked about doing the winds, being like during the fair to have people sign up for
Yes.
that notification,
We'll
have
be-
paperwork there, whatever that they need to do.
We'll be able to sign them up on the spot through the computer, so they won't even have to fill out paperwork.
Excellent. So yeah, maybe we get some kind of signage or some kind of press release we can put out at the fair.
We'll do that
on
too.
time. So that'd be great to get that. More the merrier.
Chief, can we put you on the spot? So we have our EMS director here. Will give us a quick, how last couple weeks go?
The big thing is trying to get the Bloomfield Station, Station 4, up and running. Just kind of went through the punch list, like you said the other day, and the construction crew, I think we have someone coming out today to look at the placement of phones on it. The station 501, New Riggle Station, has steel up and siding and roof up. And I think we meet next Tuesday to talk to them, making sure that everything is squared away there before they get interior started.
Correct.
So I don't know if they're gonna start putting walls up first, or I would imagine they are. So, and again, we're looking at, like John said, the heat and everything coming up next week, and how we're gonna deal with EMS side of it, so.
Been a few fires out there too.
We've been burning barns down here in the county. As chief of Clinton, I was at the one on 38, and found out midway into it that was one of the biggest barns in Old Fort District, and probably the oldest. So,
They had 171 years they had a paper on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's too bad. Yeah.
How many gallons of water did you put on that thing?
roughly probably over 40,000 gallons. And everything. And that heat of the moment and trying to make sure everyone's there, we kind of lose track sometimes how many times we dump water, so.
Yeah.
And then they had to go back the next morning because there was smoldering.
It's still.
It's actually smoldering.
Still smoldering.
Still smoldering,
Yeah.
First responders at work, it was awesome. Okay, good, thank you. Anybody else? We good? So next week,
We'll have a 9:15 special meeting and then a 10 o'clock
10
regular
o'clock
meeting.
commissioner
Mhm.
meeting. Okay. That's it, meeting adjourned.
thank you.